when the interview came out of the defense minister, he said he wanted to, they wanted to kill Khamenei. I would like you to put this in perspective when it comes from the defense minister of a country about the leader of the other country. One, what's the Indian perspective on it? This is Ambassador Sikri, sir. I'll come to you. This is Ambassador Sikri. Thank you, madam. So what's the Indian perspective here? And where does political unilateralism end, or the military unilateralism end?
Yeah, well, I think that India is very concerned about this aspect of political unilateralism that you've spoken about. We have excellent relations with Israel. We have good relations with Iran. So it's I agree that every country has to allow the other country to exist, and the differences should be solved by themselves, by dialogue and diplomacy, and certainly not by violence. And certainly not by violent threats. So this is the problem, and we have been watching with great dismay, what has been happening over the last few days, and it's very glad to see a ceasefire has emerged. But I don't know how many of the objectives of the various sides have been achieved. I think both sides have very sensibly agreed to a ceasefire, and we just hope that the next stage, as said by Prime Minister Narendra Modi when he was telephoned by the president of Iran, telephoned him on this point, that we do want de-escalation, we do want dialogue, and we do want diplomacy. So now that a ceasefire has been agreed upon, we very much hope that this path of dialogue and diplomacy will be the one that will be adopted by both sides. And certainly, I think that I think India has always been against terrorism. We've always been against terrorist groups, and we have a very, very strong move against, on counterterrorism. We are willing to cooperate with all countries on counterterrorism. And similarly, we do agree, for example, on Hamas being a terrorist group. But we also agree on the right of the Palestinians to have their own state. So these are positions that countries have taken, have been there, and with the excellent relations that India and Israel have between each other, I really certainly hope that we can work together on this, as on many other issues that we are working together on, to make the world a safer place, a more peaceful place, and somehow to overcome differences without having to resort to violence.
Okay, Arthur, you wanted to come in. You wanted to make a point?
No, sure. What I was just going to, I fully agree with Ambassador Sikri. I think she's right. And that Israel and India are examples of countries with different histories, although lots of similarities, but that want to live in peace with our neighbors as best as we possibly can, but will stand up and defend ourselves when we don't have a choice. And I think that that's perhaps a basis of much of the defense partnership between Israel and India. Israel would much prefer and looks forward to the opportunity of having peace with more of our neighbors. We have a peaceful relationship with Egypt and with Jordan. There may even be opportunities these days regarding Lebanon and Syria, something that would have been impossible just a few years ago. Talk about Saudi Arabia and Indonesia and other countries that the sky's the limit in that respect, because Israel doesn't see those countries as enemies. Israel is looking to live with its neighbors in peace. But if you threaten us, if you put our security in danger, the first obligation of a country is to protect its citizens. And that's really all we're going to do. And I think we've made it clear in recent years that Israel is really good at it if put its back against the wall. And just one last point is that's not what we're looking for. And I appreciate that bellicose comments don't necessarily help, but the Iranian people, I think, and a lot of countries who you would think would not support Israel,